Morning, sexy, inspired, and wealthy women. I really wanted to share with you this morning some really interesting insights that I've been having in the last 3 weeks with a lot of the workshops I've been doing. So I specialise in working with sales teams, and last week I ran 3 workshops, starting with people who earn around 35 to 40,000, right up to some of the top echelon salespeople who are in 6 figures. And the theme that kept coming up, or the questions that kept coming up every single workshop, no matter how much they earned, were always around wealth creation or how to make more money, how to increase their sales. So I shared some insights with some of the team, and it was really interesting watching their observations and their insights to it. So my golden rule is pay yourself first. Now, guys like Robert Kiyosaki, Dr. John DeMartini, some of the large world leaders when it comes to creating wealth, all say this as well, and I do as well. And in fact, I've noticed in my own business and in my life that I am the most stable, abundant, and wealthy in many areas of my life when I apply this rule. So what does that mean? So, I had some guys last week who earn $1,000 a week in sales. And I said, okay, so the question becomes, what would then be possible if you weren't living from week to week? How would that impact your sales? How would that impact your mindset? And I remember hearing a great analogy when I was in a conference last year about, let me ask you this question. If you were to be driving in your car and you were, let's say, out in the back of the country, and the red flashing light for your petrol tank was flashing, what would that be? How would that impact you while you're driving? And when I asked that question last week to the teams, unanimously they all said, oh my God, that would be terrible. I'd be worried. I'd be freaked out. I'd be distracted. I'd be, paranoid. And I said, all right, so what would be the difference if you were driving around in your car with a full tank of petrol? And again, they came back with similar things like, oh, I could relax. I would enjoy the scenery more, or whoever was in the car. So I then said to them, so how many of you are operating in your own life with very little money in your bank account, almost like the red flashing light on the dashboard saying you've got no petrol? And it was really interesting, and for even some of these young guys who are literally earning very little dollars, they're on $17 an hour plus, they might make $50 a day in commission, versus some of my other people who are earning 4 or 5 times that amount per day. The principle is the same. So ladies, I'm not sure of your financial situation, and Jody and I are certainly not financial advisors. However, we've applied this rule in our business, plus our personal businesses, and certainly in our personal lives as well. And I got to tell you, for me, hands down, it's made a massive difference. And, I shot a TV show in New Zealand 4 years ago called Your Money Sorted on TV1. And when we looked at some of the key principles to apply for the couples and the singles that we're working with, first thing we did was cut up all their credit cards. Second thing is, for some of them, we even cut up their FPOS cards and made them carry cash around, because then they really saw that tangible dollars and cents in their purse or wallet to go, wow, this is all the money I've got, so let's not overspend. Cutting up their credit cards, of course, I believe is a fantastic thing. And, we really talked about creating a savings plan. Now, I like the golden rule, a minimum of 10% of what you earn. However, if that is too much to start with, say, $10 or $20. There is something about the psychology of seeing your own money grow. And even if you have a lot of debt, please, I would so recommend place some money aside for yourself first. Again, even if it's only $10 or $20. Because once it starts to accumulate, it's an exciting feeling, You move away from feeling scarcity and lack of and desperate to going, wow, I've got a little bit of a buffer zone. I don't care how much money you earn, it's still about how much liquid cash you've got available. So, we'll touch on this briefly at the workshop on Saturday. It certainly is a key theme of all the training I do, because I really am a big believer of placing the oxygen mask on yourself first before you help others. And if you are driving around with no petrol in the car, it is very distracting, a lot of fear, versus if you had a full tank of petrol or even a half tank of petrol. Your experience in life is a lot easier. It doesn't mean you suddenly relax and go, hey, I'm just going to do whatever now that I've got a bit of cash. But it does make a difference in the choices you make. It allows you to make better decisions in your business rather than being haphazard or putting yourself at extra financial risk. So ladies, I look forward to meeting those of you who are joining us this Saturday in Auckland. Wow, it's come around really fast. I know Jody and I are extremely excited. And wow, we have jammed a lot of information in for our one-day workshop. So I look forward to meeting those ladies who turn up. Otherwise, for the rest of you, stay tuned. We've got lots of new and exciting tips that we'll be always bringing out through our blogs and our emails. If you haven't signed up, certainly on our website you can join either our VIP waiting list for our next events, and of course stay tuned with all of our blogs or on our Facebook site. So ladies, be sexy, be inspired, create generous wealth for yourself and for those you love, and have an inspiring day. Bye.